Malcolm X. It's a bullet wound to the chin, to the bottom of the chin, and the rest to the chest. The bullet wound comes to the bottom of the chin, like it came from a upward trajectory. So here's a man speaking on Malcolm X's death and telling the truth and letting you know that, hey man, y'all can find this information through the Information Act. And also in the Information Act, the CIA was forced to say we rented out the auditorium weeks ahead. They rented it out to put, fix the walls up there so the guys can be up there with the guns and not be seen. I mean, just riveting information. And Cornell says Dick Gregory is lucky he wasn't assassinated back in the day. Dick Gregory definitely is lucky he wasn't assassinated. And it's also key to note that Dick Gregory was actually shot in, I believe it was the 1990, the Rodney King riots. He was over there doing that. He was shot doing that in the leg. He survived that. But Dick Gregory definitely was very lucky he made it. And he speaks on this. People asked him, like, how do you feel that, they haven't taken you out? And from his words, Dick Gregory said, they can't touch me. He said, I'm protected by my ancestors. I'm protected by a higher power. He said, I know, this is what he felt in his heart. He said, I know the game. I know exactly what's what and what's, they can't touch it. That's the way he felt. And he exposed a lot. Then, now, well, before he passed. And I'm going to let him finish off. And I got some more information for y'all.
That's what this game is about. But Malcolm lived a good life.
Yes, he did.
The movie did not portray that.
Of course not.
The movie was an insult.
Yes.
Now, this is Dick Gregory speaking on Malcolm X's movie, which I was a fan of. But now, looking back on it, I probably was ignorant for being a fan of it because of exactly what he's about to say.
I mean, here my man get killed, ain't got no insurance, no money. Betty pregnant with twins, got 4 kids, and then have 2 more, and then go ahead and raise them and go on and get her a doctor's degree. And in that old heathen movie, they ain't got room in that to tell me about what Betty did. But can show Malcolm snorting coke and having sex with a white woman in a car. This is a black person that did that. And then show Malcolm putting his head in a toilet. Now that's in the book, page 122. Malcolm has never put his head in a toilet. So if that shows up in the book, the conspiracy goes all the way back to Alex, who didn't write Malcolm, nor did he write Roots. A white boy, the senior editor of Playboy magazine, Murray Fisher, wrote both them books. And as we stand here now, them 2 books makes about $7 to $8 million royalty right now every year.
What you say?
Then how come when Alex died, they had to auction off his stuff to pay off his bills? How come they didn't attach his royalties? Because he don't get no royalties.
Well, don't you say?
That's the game.
Now, if y'all didn't catch that or not, this is Dick Gregory speaking on how basically the white man takes over the narrative after you die, and they release books and they're under these black people's names or whatever, and they put little falsehoods in there, and they put these movies out that's supposed to be behind black people, and it's really a white person really behind it all. You know what I'm saying? Another good point, the movie shows Malcolm put his head in the toilet, dyeing his head, and all this other stuff. Of course, he was, he admitted he was having sex with white women and trying drugs. But they never showed the light of his wife after he died and the legacy she carried on and how she got a doctor's degree. They never showed you that. And that is very interesting. But I'm going to move along to another heavy subject, the Michael Jackson stuff. Now, I will say this. When I first listened to Dick Gregory talk about Michael Jackson, some of his when you hear some things, you're like, man, it catches you off, and you're like, I don't know if I really want to believe that. But you got to understand that the truth is scarier than fiction. You got to understand that up there in those hierarchies, and you go up the ladder, man, there's some things that will probably blow our mind that we would never assume could be real, that we would think that no one would ever try it. But he speaks on Michael Jackson. He speaks on the death of Michael Jackson. He speaks on how they killed him. And in his terminology, from what he's saying, that no, it wasn't drugs that killed Michael Jackson. It wasn't, that story they gave out. That they came in and they assassinated Michael Jackson. Now, he claimed it was by a laser to the forehead. I don't know enough about that state, but he says the needle holes came afterwards, after he was dead already. And we're going to go and listen to what he has to say about Mike. And then I'm going to get some comments and get some talking. We're just going to do some open talk about some theories that I picked up too from Mr. Dick Gregory.
Michael Jackson. I mean, you knew him. It seems like he needed that fix, that money. It was never enough.
It wasn't money. It wasn't about money. He didn't have no childhood. See, y'all always be trying to talk about shit you don't know. He didn't have a fucking childhood. Huh? All right? He had all the money he wanted, all the fame he wanted. Huh? But he never bounced the ball. Huh? So y'all gonna sit there and talk about somebody you ain't never talked to him. Huh? Michael Jackson. Huh? A child. His mind was a child. Became one of the most powerful human beings in the world. And they killed him. And when they killed him, just simple mathematics. He's getting ready to do the big show in London 50 times. God can't work one city 50 times. What made you think he could? And that childness in him, it never dawned on him. So he's insured. This is your show. So the insurance is on you, not the rest of the people. So they had him insured for $1.5 billion. So when they killed him, you mean the Lords of London didn't see them holes in his arm?
No, I don't know if y'all caught that or not, but apparently Michael Jackson was insured for $1.4 billion the year he died by by people higher than him, let's just say. And it's kind of ironic that this insurance plan was on him. And on top of that, the Beatles catalog became a very important subject in this situation with Michael Jackson. The thing with Sony was something, also, Sony was ticked off that Michael had basically won the war of getting his masters back. And on top of that, Michael had owned the catalog of the freaking Beatles. He was smart enough to buy the catalog of the Beatles for $48 million back in the day. Then when he died, it ended up being worth $2 billion. And guess what? It ain't his no more. And the money ain't go to his family. Let's continue on. Comment section, y'all can chime in anytime. And if y'all want to go left or right, let's go left or right, man. I am getting all this brain food out today. I'm feeling good. And let's get back into this interesting story, man, because I really want to hear what was said next.
Lords of London, $1.5 billion, and they didn't see these holes. Michael was killed at 2 o'clock in the morning from a laser. What's the police chief? He's not police chief of New York. Bratton? Whatever his name is.
I was thinking Gates, but that's before.
No. And then 4 days later, they go into the house and find this bloody shirt of Michael's. And then understand it's like $450,000 worth of jewelry and cash missing. So white boy said, we got to get rid of you, but we'll ease you out. So then he comes and he works in Virginia, which is called the CIA. And now he's the police chief of New York, a fucking criminal. Gangster. That's what it's about.
Well, I thought it was because of the Sony thing. They wanted I believe there was some.
But that's because you don't have the information.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
I said he was killed by a laser. Huh? I just told you it was a bloody shirt and the money. Just public. All you gotta do is go look it up. Huh? Okay. I didn't come here to find out what you think.
No, I'm just asking about
No, you didn't. You said you thought. I'm not interviewing you. You interviewing me. I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Huh? But you go do it. I respect who you gonna be. So don't sit here and tell me you thought it was the Sony thing. Huh?
Okay.
What was the Sony thing about? Tell my grandmother.
Well, my understanding was that he was going to get the Beatles catalog. And
He already had it. Huh?
Okay.
He bought the Beatles catalog when his people told him don't buy it. He bought it for $48 million. When they killed him, it was worth $2.5 billion. Huh? Huh? Stuff go on in your house I don't know nothing about. There's a persona out there I don't know nothing about. But when we sitting here with respect for one, I don't want to hear what you thought. I saw the check, nigga. Huh? So I got to sit here what you thought. Who cares? Huh? That's all I'm saying.
I understand.
And then what they didn't know when they came out with the will, his 3 children's name was misspelled. Huh?
So it's
The day he was supposed to have signed it,
so it's a fake will.
it's a fake will. Huh? That's what I'm saying. Okay? That's all. And so if I was over there and they said, well, what role did Sony play? You didn't say that. I thought I'm not here because of what you think. Huh?
Okay.
Did Sony have anything? Huh? That's...
Okay, I'll ask better.
No, you don't have to ask that. I don't care.
No, I'll phrase better with the...
No, I'm saying it's already. You already said it.
Okay.
Huh? And you ain't gonna stop that overnight. And I don't want you to stop it overnight. Huh? There's people listening to me that's cleansed when you said what you said. Huh? Cause we...
Did y'all catch that, man? I'm sorry, man. I gotta cut this guy off. That's how, I'll tell you, that's how pure old head is with wisdom. He giving you facts, right? And this is to my interviewers out there. Don't you come into to an interview and you got somebody giving you facts and they're giving you wisdom and bring up what you thought. That's why he went off just now. Because the interviewer said, well, I thought it was because of... He said, I ain't here to hear what you thought. I'm telling you what happened. You gotta love Dick Gregory because it's all out of love when he goes off like this. And to answer comment section, we got Rodney Clark who says, who else got their masters and died or disappeared? If I'm correct in the comment section, look this up for me. I think that Prince actually, I thought he got a percentage of his masters or whatnot. But what I can tell you is I know for a fact that Tory Lanez got his masters, and now you see what's going on with Tory Lanez right now, don't you? He just got his masters about 6 months ago, and he really, really finessed his way out of a contract. He won as an artist, which you never see. He dropped another mixtape under his other people, and he didn't give much effort for it. He didn't care how it sold. He got out of that contract. He ended up having some dealings with Rock Nation and Jay-Z and them. But in the end, Tory Lanez had gotten his masters back. And lo and behold, you got this whole thing with Megan Thee Stallion, and all of a sudden it went from an argument to her going back to her camp and Jay-Z and them and saying, hey, man, we need you to say you got shot. Now, I ain't gonna say Jay-Z said that, but Rock Nation is the people that was in her ear to say, hey, you need to say you got shot. And coming to find out, man, it's kind of looking like that she did not get shot, and they trying to take Tory Lanez out, y'all. So that Masters thing, it's all a game. They don't want you to come into the game thinking that, hey, I'm going to be the owner of my masters. I'm going to make all this money and, make my... No, they want you to come in and be an employee. Like, you drop the tracks, we provide the loans for your videos and all that stuff. But, oh, yeah, we own the rights to your music, though. Like, we own this forever. That's how the game goes. So they don't want people coming in the game thinking they can get their masters and rolling like that. So Michael Jackson did that. I mean, he almost got the triple threat on him. He had the masters, he had the Beatles catalog, and he won a battle with Sony. So he was a marked man. Michael Jackson was a marked man. Don't get that twisted. You know what I'm saying? When y'all seen all that stuff with the kids and the children, and they trying to say he was raping children and all that stuff, this was all in efforts to take down the power that Michael Jackson had accumulated over time and over being the most powerful entertainer in the world. So he had to be taken out. On top of the fact, if you look up before Michael Jackson died, he started talking what they deemed conspiracy talk, but he started saying truth talk. He started telling us, hey, man, the school books are lies. They're teaching us lies. They're teaching the children, all these lies about how America was founded and how, the Native Americans were not, whatever. I mean, he was just pointing out so much real stuff before he died, okay, before he was killed. And another important part is that Gregory points out that the doctor who was supposedly, there taking care of him or whatever, when he made the 911 call, the 911 people asked him, what is the address to Michael Jackson's home? And he didn't even know it. He didn't know it.